Alright, I was messing with Interlisp and drawing a stick man. That made me think of a hangman type game, so that's what I'll be doing today. I'm going to Alt-X keycast mode, turn that on, and then Alt-X sly, get sly up and running. It's going to split the wrong way, of course, so Control X1, and then Control X F, CWW Hang-Perp Lisp, and then Control X3 to split the other way, Control XO, Control XB, enter, Control XO, and then I'm back where I want. So first thing is to create a package. So def package, I'm gonna call it Hang-Perp. Then use CL, so I have common Lisp in there. And then switch, make sure all the code's in that package. And package, Hang-Perp. And then here I'm just gonna say Control X, Control S, Control C, Control K to compile that file. Control XO, and then I'm gonna switch to my package. Hang-Perp, Ungul, Hang-Perp, and then Control XO back over here. And then maybe set the random state before I forget that. So random state, and then make random state T, and just feed random state, let's say. And then I guess the first thing to do is come back over to the REPL and try to like make a gallows real quick. So we need a dude, and then you'll have a body, and then arm on this side, an arm on that side, and then we'll give them legs. I need to put a space there, and then put a space here, and then go to the front of that, and let's just make like a little gallows thing. And then after this guy, well, let's just go like this. Oops, wrong character. And then let's go like this. And then we'll come down to, let's say, so he's up in the air. So we'll put one there and put one there. And then let's just like this. And this needs to be spaced. And then we'll go like that. And then use that over there. Oops. Let's just go like this too. And then maybe put a little counterweight. And then this lines up with that. And so then we'll, oops. Let's head over here. And then I can get rid of that. Let's say go like this. Oh, now I gotta escape these guys. And that'll spit out a guy. And then if we format that, the star is just the last output, then we got a decent looking little dude right here. So let's go ahead and copy this. Control XO, so I'm gonna paste that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, I think. Because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 body parts and one without a head. And then let's just make this a function, let's say. So we'll say define choose gallows. And then we'll put a let here. I want to say gallowses. It's the plural for this. Gallowses. Let gallowses. And then we'll let this be a vector, let's say. And so then closes the vector. And then I guess it'll be formatted a little bit weird, but whatever. And then let me just put a doc string up here before I forget about those. And say like return nth gallows from gallows's vector. And then 0 equal empty and 6 equals full body. Full body, close that string, and come down here, and I believe we'll put an alt over here, so we'll say like I think that's indenting correctly, so close my let. I was thinking I was closing my vector. Close the let there. This one close the vector. This one closes that let. And then that one closes that. I need one more open to keep it open. So alt gallowses and then let's compile that. And if we come back over here, we should be able to say choose gallows 0 and then choose gallows 6. Oh, dirt. Now we got to get rid of some of these guys. So let's just control K that, and that. So we have an empty one, and then just the head here. And then here, just want the body. And then here, we want one arm. Here we'll take 2 arms but no feet. And here I'll have 1 foot. And that'll be the rest of them. So compile that. Control XO. 6 for the whole body. 0 for none of the body. 1 for just the head. And of course we could format that. Format T. So it looks correct. Alright. And then we'll make a function to choose random words. Wow, defun. Choose random word. And we'll just put that inside a let again. So we'll just say it's words. So let's return a random word from words list. So let words, and then we'll just keep them kind of simple, but so let's do a Lisp and a small talk. Rivet, Banshee, a little bit harder, I guess, and then FreeBSD, assembly, cockroach, a pancake with cockroaches in it, I guess, and then a harder word. There's like a onomatopoeia or something like that. Onomatopoeia, and another hard word might be jazz. So then we're going to make this a string since they're symbols. And we'll say the nth of the random length of words out of words. Control XS, Control C, Control C, Control XO. And then now we should be able to say choose random word. And then we have some random words to go across. And I want to put two modes in here. One's hard and one's easy. So I'm going to hit Control L to raise that up on both sides, let's say. And then, so we have a random word. And then for the hard mode, I want to choose symbols from Common Lisp package. So we can do something like loop for sim being each external symbol, but I'm going to use internal symbols, but just to show, I think they're all external in Common Lisp, so it's not going to make a difference. And then we can say like print sim. And so that'll give us the symbols. Notice there's some weird looking symbols. Like we're going to have little stars, earmuffs, and then I guess we're going to have dashes. I was thinking about using dashes for the, like masking the character. And then we have like the times, which would be multiplication, and equal. These are going to be hard to guess probably. But it's probably going to have some of those, like here's, look at this one, plus, plus, plus. So we'll have some weird stuff in there, let's say. Plus 1, 2, 3. If I was to say plus, 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 it's going to give me 1 back. It's basically the last thing that you can put in there. And the stars are going to be the last thing that the rep will output. So those are going to be inside there, which is weird, but let's just go with it. And then there's like 970, so like 978 of these symbols or something. So we could also do like a loop and collect these things for sim being each symbol of CL, and then collect them. So it'll put them all on a list. And then maybe if I was to say click sim as sims, is it into? Collect into sims. And then if I was to say like finally, can I just count sims? Invalid number of arguments. Length. And so I probably have to say return here. So just return ret run. Ret run's not a symbol. Return. So 978. So Control L to get a little higher, which means that if I was to do something like loop for I from 0 to 977, for sim being each symbol of CL, let's do print list iSum. And then now we can get them all inside here like this. And then with that being said, I should be able just to change a little bit of this to get random out of here. So there's 977. Then we're going to say random. We're starting from 0 instead of 1 now. 978. Then I just want to return a symbol. Finally makes it happen after the loop's done. So now we should have a random one going. So with that said, we can now write a function I think I'm just going to use this package, but I'll give it a choice. So choose random symbol, and just in case later there's other packages to mess with, we'll just have a default of CL. And this will return random symbol from given package defaulting to CL, let's say. You put periods in these stop streams, I wonder. And then, so now we need a package count if there's going to be a separate one. So we'll say package count. So package count, and we'll say if it's equal package to CL, then we just want it to be 978. Else, we want to loop for C for count, C being each symbol of package, count C. Then we need to count those guys. I'll let it close there. And then we still need a loop. So loop for I from 0 to random package count for sim being each symbol of package. Finally, you want to return a string of the symbol. Let's save that, compile it, and then now we should be able to say like choose random symbol, and it gives us a random symbol. But if I give it a different package, then like what is going on? But because I had jazz in there, but I guess because I typed that in my REPL jazz. Out of the 978 that were sitting in there, I also got one of the ones that I put in there out. So it's working either way. It's just whatever else I've been putting in here, it's adding to it, which I'm not going to use a different package for the moment. I just want to be able to have that in there as an option. And then, so now we'll make something like create secret. So defund create secret word, create secret word, and gives us a optional value also of difficulty, and I'm going to give it hard by default. And then we'll just say if equal difficulty hard, then we'll choose a random symbol. Else we'll choose a random word. So save that, compile that, come over here. And so now we should be able to say like create secret word, and I'll just say easy, but anything other than hard should just give us the words I stuffed in there. And then giving out hard should give us symbols, and not giving anything should give us symbols also, because it should default to that. All right, so let me get away from the bottom. And we chose some gallows, and then now we need to, I guess, like have a mask, like mask a word. So if we were to, like, let's just say, I think it's make string, so we can make string, and then let's say we'll make a string of 7. and then we say initial element, and we could give it a dash, let's say, which it's going to be really hard in hard mode because these have dashes in it. So I'm just going to go ahead and use underscores. And so then that'll give us that. So that's how we can mask the word. So we'll just say defun mask word and give it the secret word. And say returns a string of dashes. Same length as the word. Oh, I can never spell length. And we'll just do that, make string, and give it the length of whatever the secret word is. So they're the same size. Initial element is going to be an underscore. So then now we should be able to say like mask word hello there. Oops. Control XO. And then there's like multiple ways to do like loops. So like we're gonna have to put spaces between the mistakes that come in, let's say. And so if I was to say like map nil and then print C and then mistakes, let's say, then I'm just gonna get my mistakes back, which is kind of like saying loop for M across, because you're using a, let's say, a vector, then it's across, rather than like loop for MN, which would be if there was a list. So if I was to say mistakes here, then do print C M, let's say, for mistakes, then I'll just get back what I'm doing with that little mapping deal across there. So then I can also say like map, instead of putting nil, I could put a string maybe. Well, no, I can't. If I do it the same way, I'll show you. Let's see. I can say map nil, and then if I say lambda print cm, and then print c space like this, and then do mistakes. Then I have my mistakes spaced out. And then if I want this to be a string, you can go like this, but it's complaining because it's not a character. That space isn't a character, so here I could come over here and put a space like this, and then I'll get my mistakes plopped out like that. So we'll do that now. So the mistakes are spaced out. So defun, call it mistake spaced, and give it mistakes. And then just return mistakes as a string. Of characters with spaces in between, let's say. And so we'll just do like that over there. Map string lambda m print cm print c space, and then mistakes. Save that, compile it, and then now we should be able to say mistakes spaced, and then we give it a string of turtle walk. And of course, we won't be able to have that many mistakes. We can only go up to 7 mistakes, maybe. Okay, so now I have to unmask those characters also. So, um, could use a find. So I think I've gone over find before. So find like an item in a sequence. Do I have to do a test here? Test chart equal. So we can use find to find the characters, I guess. And then if I also use elt on a vector, so down here it's telling me what it's expecting a sequence and then an index. So if I say like toast and 1, then this is giving me back a character, so that'll work with what I have written up there. So now we need to define a function to unmask characters. And then characters is going to take the secret word and the ones that are guessed correct and the masked word itself to be able to unmask those things. So now we're going to have a loop. So loop for in below length secret word. Then if we find the elt of secret word 0 in actually, then just correct with test char equal do, and then we want to set f the elt of the masked word of n to be whatever the secret word is of n. So it's just going to grab the letter from the secret word, and then oops, finally we're going to return the masked word. And then now if I come over here, say unmask characters, and then we'll give it a secret word of toast again, so I don't have to think. And then we'll say we guess the T is correct, and then TOAST. I have to give it a character here. No, I don't. I have to give it a string. Sorry. So, and if I said I guess the S correct also, and then the O correct, you get the picture. All right, so come back over here, Control L to move up a little bit. Do the same thing on that side. And then we're gonna have to get input from the user. So maybe I'll just make that a separate function. Get input, let user input be read line, which will come in as a string. And then we want to return from get input user input. And so there's not much to show here. It returns that. And right now I can put whatever in there. I guess it'll return that, but we got to stop that from happening in a minute. So now we'll get the character's guess, I guess, like guess a character. So defun guess character. And then this is going to check guessed already. Make sure we don't put in the same thing. And then here we need to like return the player's guess. Make sure it's not guessed already. And make sure it's a single character. So return player guess. Make sure not char, not guessed already. And well, since I'm going down, I'll just type this up. Character, not guessed already. And only a single character input. I can't think right now very well. That'll work. And so we're gonna loop. And then format T. Just start off putting 2 of these here. So 2 new lines in case this is the first thing that's asked after the input. Like after this right here, I want it to go down 2 lines so you can see where the game's actually asking for stuff, I guess. So yes, character. I want to say letter, but since we're using symbols, it's not just going to be letters. So format T, guess character. And then I'm going to put finish output. Sometimes it doesn't finish it won't put what you printed above before it asks someone for input. And so that's what finish output does. It's just make sure whatever is supposed to be output. I've seen other things that seem to be the same type of thing, but I don't know the difference. I can't remember what it was, but it was kind of like finish output. But I haven't tried it yet. So not equal. So we have to say it's not equal to length. Not equal length. Yes. 1. So if they don't guess 1, we need to say format T, just to make sure there's a new line there. Please enter a single, I'll put that in all caps, character, %, for a new line. And then now we're going to search. I think I use a search here. Let's see. So if we say search, and then down here you can see it's looking for a subsequence and a main sequence. So if I search A and apple, then it comes back with 0. And if I was to search for P, let's say, then it'll give me the first P. So we'll just see if it's in there. So search guess for guessed already. To see if someone's already input that already. You know, if they have, then we need to tell them. Format T. Tilde ampersand, which I don't need these, I don't think, but it doesn't hurt to put them in there, I guess. Guessed. Tilde %. And then else, I want to return the guess itself. Let's save that, compile that. And then now we can say like guess character and then guessed already. So I'm going to put T and S, let's say. And then if I say T, it says guessed already. And if I hit SS, it says guess a single character. If I hit S, I already guessed that. If I hit Y, then it lets me go. And now we need to see if they got all the characters correct, I guess. So we'll define a function, define guessed all characters P, and we'll give it a secret word. And we need guess correct, I guess. And so we'll just return T or nil, let's say. So let's return T if all characters and secret word have been guessed, else nil. And then we'll loop for character across secret word. And we'll say if not search string character and guess correct with the test of char equal, then we want to return nil. And finally, we return T. So we say guessed all characters, and we give it a toe, and give it a E, let's say, and it's nil. But if we give it a toe, then it's true. And if we give it a oat, then it's true. Oops, on the wrong screen. And so now we need to have a way to like display our scene a little bit, I guess. So let's do define display scene, and then that's going to take a secret word to feed some of these other guys. And that other one needed to guess correct. And the one before needed mistakes. I think we'll have to have some mistakes in here. And then, so I think that's self-explanatory, displays the scene. And so the first thing, we'll show the characters that are guessed wrong. The mistakes first. And so we'll say format T tilde 2 and tilde 2 ampersand for 2 new lines if they aren't there already. And then we're going to take the mistakes and space them out. And I'm going to put a turbary here. And then after the mistakes, we'll show the gallows. So like, pick which gallows to show based on mistake count. And then, so here we'll say format T tilde A, because the other one has a terpre up there already. And then tilde 2% for 2 new lines after this, because I want the mistakes and then the gallows and then a space between the gallows and the word that we're trying to guess with the dashes or underscores with it. So format T, choose gallows, and then length of mistakes. So however many mistakes there are. And then here's where we'll show the dashes that I was talking about. So show secret word with dashes for unguessed characters, let's say. And then here we'll say format T tilde A tilde %, because I only need one new line here. I think I took care of the rest of them already. So unmask characters. And like down here it's showing me what I need, so it's like you have to remember this. I already defined this function and the REPL knows about it. So down here, like secret word, guess correct, and masked word are next. So I can just say like unmask characters, secret word, guessed correct. And then now it's asking for masked word, which I need to mask it. So we're going to call that function mask word of the secret word, and we'll just mask that on the fly. And it's highlighting this, but if it was longer, you can click right here. It'll take you to the line that's messed up. And it's warning little string as destination and format. It's because I didn't put a T or a nil there. So hit Q on that side. Control C, Control O to get rid of that. Oops, I'm on the wrong side. I hate when it does that. Control C, Control O. When I hit Q, it automatically jumped me to the other side. So here, if I was to say display scene, and then we give it a word, toast, and guess correct. Let's just say I did S and T correct. And then mistakes, I did N, P, and L. Then we have N, P, and L. We have 1, 2, 3 mistakes, so 3 body parts. And then we have the characters unmasked right here. All right. And then I think the easiest way to do these later on, though, is by using concatenate, but I might try something else. Because you need to, like, if I was going to try to push onto a vector, you have to use like a fill pointer. I don't know if that's easy to describe or just run into it in a minute, but if I was to say like def var miss, and then I just say like this, and then now if I wanted a vector push on that, let's say, so if I was to say like vector push a, oops, do I just go like this? A new element onto the array. So see right here where it says, like, if it's just an empty string, it's not an array with a fill pointer. So that's gonna be ugly. And so then to do that, you would say like, if I was just to say like set f, because it already exists, mistakes, then I could say like make array, and then I'll say let's just give it 7, I say fill pointer 0, and then adjustable true, and then element type, the element type character, I believe. And then now if I call this, then it works. And now I have A pushed onto there. So a way around that is to just concatenate, where I would have left that other one. So def-r missed maybe. And then I just did it like this. Then I could probably just like set F that to a concatenation of it. And it's not going to give me that error. And I think concatenate will be the slowest way to do that type of stuff if there was a lot of stuff there. And then there was another way to do this too, which I'll just use a let instead of making global variables everywhere. So if I was to say like let mistakes, and I don't know, like maybe this way I won't have to do that. Let mistakes, like X and Y, let's just say. And then right here I say new mistakes. And then you can use with output to string. And you have to give it like where you're going to. This one's just so long, I'm probably not going to use it. If I just put the read line right here, actually, see what happens. I say print C, read line, and then do it twice. Just to see print C, read line, and then print C, mistakes. And then if I just return new mistakes, then A and B, and then it returned A and B onto that. So I don't think I had to use that fill pointer that way, maybe. I don't know. But I'm thinking I'm going to try that vector push one. And maybe if there's two of them, I'll do a concatenate the other one rather than that other thing. So then I want to have like a some little text, like just call it like blubs or blurbs. Defun, like if I win. So if I get set free, choose freedom blurb. And then here we'll just return set free text. Return set free text. When player wins, let's say. And so let star, because it's going to depend on it, each other. So we'll say like freedom blurbs. And just give it a list of text. So you have been set free. And another one. Get out of here. Run before we try you again. Try you again? Thought he'd spell try? Like I gotta try it again? And then another one where you're lucky. You are lucky. We wanted to see you swing. And then close that list. And then we'll do a freedom blurb. And that'll just be the nth. Random links. Freedom blurbs. And freedom blurbs. One's for the length and one's for what I'm trying to grab. And I need to stretch this out just a little bit. In case there's another one that does that. And then we're just going to return freedom blurb here. Whichever one it chose at random. So compile that, Control C, and then choose freedom blurb. Oops, too many R's. All right, that's working. So just going to do the exact same thing, but with a death blurb. So defund, choose death blurb, and then return death text. And when player loses, for when player loses, I don't know. For when player loses. Loses? Yeah, not a very good speller, I guess. So if we have let star again, and then we'll just call it death blurbs. Make some strings. You have been hanged until dead. Your neck is broken. You will be buried next. Death to the illiterate. Hopefully that's the way you spell that. And then so unlucky, since we did a lucky one up top. You are better off dead. And then we want to return whatever random one it chose, so death blurb. File that. Death blurbs is defined but never used. Oh wow. Yeah, no joke. Let me Control C, Control O to get rid of that stuff over there. And then I need to not return that stuff so soon, do I? Death blurb. It's going to be an nth of a random of the length of death blurbs. And death blurbs again for the nth. Then I want to return death blurb. Compile it. It looked okay this time. Choose death blurb. Alright, so it's giving me different ones. Control L to put that in the middle. Control XO, Control L to put that in the middle. And then while I'm doing these blurbs, I'm also going to make a cheat mode. The cheat mode's going to give the answer after you die. So defund, choose cheat blurb. And then I'll call it like cheater mode maybe or something. Return cheat mode. Return cheat mode text. I think that's what I put up there. Which shows secret after losing. Let's say which shows secret after losing. And then it's going to be a let star again. Pretty much just copying what I have already done twice. Probably means I should be writing this differently, but cheaters never win. Yada yada. And here, the secret's going to go after this. That's why I'm putting the colon there. So, about in case you are Buddhist, when you reincarnate, you'll get the one word out of 900 and whatever, 77 of them. And then still cheating after death. Since some perp might be a cheater. And then let's not make the same mistake. The cheat blurb itself is going to be the nth random length of cheat blurbs. Of the nth of the cheat blurbs. And then let's just return the cheat blurb that it chose randomly. Control C to compile, Control X O to get on the other side. Just make sure this works. Cheat blurb. There we go. Let me save that guy there. And then I want to make 2 modes of the game. So the first is just going to play the game. So this is just going to be like Hang-Perp. I'll play the game one time and kick out because I don't want it playing multiple times. But I will. I want to make like all these games that I made be mini games instead of another game. So I just want to be able to call the game from another game. So in this case, I'll be able to play it one time, and then I'll make another function that calls this function to play it several times, let's say. And so now I'm going to use some keyword arguments. Where before these were optional, but now they're just going to be thrown in here. And then cheat mode. I'm going to turn cheat mode off by default. And then I'm going to use these auxiliary functions, auxiliary parameters. And what aux is kind of like, instead of having to put these lets, so I'm having a function and putting lets inside it, and then it makes an indent over and over. What aux is like is just having these lets variables just stuffed up here. So I'm just going to use these guys. I've never made a video about these, I don't think. And I don't know like the proper way to, like, it doesn't indent them the way I'd like it to. Like, I want this indented over there further. I don't like the way it looks. But it definitely makes it look weird. So it's either you have a let that indents your code over to the right too much, or you have these auxiliary things that make your function definition look really, really creepy, I guess. So we're going to call create secret word here. So secret word, or my secret word, we're gonna pass difficulty, which is right above. It's hard right now, unless we change it. With the difficulty, and then we're gonna use guess correct. And I think I'm gonna have to do these funky make array things for these guys, depending on if I use concatenator vector push. Will make a difference of whether they need to be here, but I'll just put them here because I don't know what I'm going to use yet. So guess correct is going to be pushing characters on there, so that could be where we use that vector push. So secret word, and then will automatically know the length. So fill pointer, I'm just going to say 0, adjustable, true, element type was character. And then mistakes is the same way because we're having to push to the mistakes. So mistakes, make array 7. We already know how thick this one is though. Make array 7. And then like fill pointer 0. Adjustable is T. And element type will be character again. And then I'm using 7 because that's the most mistakes you can have. And so maybe this should be like a constant up top or something, but I'm only using it twice. So for now, we'll just leave that in there. Gallows count 7. Gallows is count, so we know how many like gallows there can be, I guess, already. Which is just there's only 7 of them. So play game a single time. And then maybe just start like a little game loop here, I guess. So game loop. And so I'll start a loop. And we'll call it display scene. Just to start off with. And just wait for that to populate. So it wants a secret word. So we'll give it a secret word. And it wants guess correct. And mistakes. All right. And then we'll prompt a player for the guess. So prompt player to guess character, let's say. Or maybe I'll just say characters. Oh, I'm at the bottom again. Oops. So here we'll have a let. And we're going to get the guess. So we're going to let guess be guess character. And then here, let's just do it the easy way. Concatenate string mistakes guessed correct. More, so that's too long. Move this over a little bit. And right, and then now we need to check if the guess is correct. And if it is correct, edit the guess correct. Else edit some mistakes, basically, is what this is going to be for. So let's say we're going to just put a cond here. So if guess is correct, add it to guessed correct. Else add to mistakes. So we'll go cond. And we'll just use search again, like before. Search, guess, secret word will be our sequence, our main sequence. And then we need to tell it test string equal, and then vector push if it's correct. So if it's in there, we want to vector push it and coerce it, I guess, to a character because it's a string by default. And put it on the guess correct. Else, I'm gonna vector push the char, which there's only one, but I don't like want it to make a mistake on the mistakes. All right. So then we can just do the text like choose you win / lose text. You lose text. And this is just going to be another cond, I guess. So have a cond equal links mistakes. So if the link for mistakes equal the gallows count -1, I guess, which was 7. Gallows as count. Jeez, I can't spell or think right now. Yeah, it's up here, gallows as count. So if equal link mistakes, the gallows is count. That means you got hung. And I want to return a bunch of stuff, so I'm going to use a plugin. And it's kind of an ugly place to put it, but this is the player loss way, let's say. If those two equal each other, then the dude lost. So we're going to format t tilde 2 ampersand, which just gives me some new lines if they're not there already, and then new lines afterwards also. Of choose gallows. The length of mistakes is going to show me which one of these guys I want. 2, 3. And then we need to choose a death blurb. So format t tilde. Oh, this is ugly here, but let me see. Because I have a choose death blurb, let's say. Then I want that to be capitalized. Then what I would do is say format t tilde tilde @ tilde a tilde parentheses tilde new line, and then if I feed that what I did before, then all that just means capitalize the first word in this sentence. So tilde at tilde a close these parentheses. Like, I'm not even sure how you're supposed to pronounce all these things in there. Choose death blurb. And then I'm going to say if cheat mode now. So if you die, then that's when we want to turn like show the cheat mode if it's on. So format t, same thing, just the same funky little thing here, which I need to print the double quotes tilde at open paren tilde a tilde close paren, and then another tilde a for the actual word, that I'm feeding these people. And then use cheap blurb. And then after the cheap blurb, I want to put the secret word. And of course, just not enough room to close this. Up to my cond. So I'm going to scooch this over a little bit because I really don't like stuff being on a separate line like that. And then now we'll have a guest all characters P for the winner in the secret word. Remember, once again, show me what to type down here. Secret word, guess correct. And if that's the case, then we need to do a similar thing, but I think there's going to be way more junk over here. Let's see. Return, and then we'll say player win, and then I guess it depends. I don't have to put too much stuff over here, I guess, but it's not going to look, maybe it won't look as clean, but let's just go ahead and finish this off maybe, and then I can make it look cleaner. So player win. So let me just say, it'll be a lot less now, I guess. Format T, you got the word man. Oh, yeah, I put that there already, okay. Secret word, and then format T, choose the blurby thing, the winner blurbs. So it's once again like this, and then tilde %. My shift key doesn't work too good these days. Choose freedom blurb. I gotta go kind of slow here to see where this matches. So it matched there, I think. So if I said Control B, it should be, whoops, sorry. Control E, Control Alt B. I hit the wrong thing a minute ago. Oops, Control F. Matches defund. So Control B here, I should match my defund. There we go. Control F. So Control X, Control S, Control C, Control C. And it doesn't like something. Is that the only error in here? Yeah. So right here you can see it's highlighting this, but if this was a lot more stuff and you saw this over here, you can choose this and it'll highlight you and jump you to this. So during macros, pinch break on singles intercept format T, no corresponding close parentheses. Control X, Control minus for a second. So that was correct. Control X, Control plus to get that back. Oh, and then this is not the same size as I had it, so well, maybe these have to touch. So let me just see this real quick. It's format T tilde at tilde black, blah 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 blah. Alright, so I just had a space where it didn't belong. If I come over here and hit Q, notice it put my cursor back over here. That's what I don't like. But I guess if I didn't have my REPL open, and over here in the REPL, Control C, Control O to get rid of that last output. And then now if I say hang perp, and give it easy, let's say. Difficulty easy. So if I say E, N, R, S, M, A, L, and so you're so unlucky you're better off dead. And so if I put cheat mode, then let's try A, E, K, P, S, T, N, R. Already got that one. An L. Cockroach. All right. So that works. I guess now I should try to guess one to see if it works. E, S, N, R, E. Oh, there's got to be some vowels in this thing, right? A, I, ribbit. I don't even know my own name. All right. So I got ribbit. You have been set free. And then just one more time. Let's put hard. And hard should be running without that too. So now I should just be able to say cheat mode T, and it should be hard. Which, yes, nothing's that long in line words. So first thing to do, put a dash if it's that long. And then E, A, I, O. And I'll throw a U in there for fun. And then R. Did I say R already? Because it looks like it could be read. So read. Could there be a star? Yes. Read. Default, maybe? Default float format. Read default float format. Well, everything's working. I guess the only other thing to do would be to add the play the game multiple times, which I don't really care for doing this too much, but at the same time, if I want to learn like all the little symbols and stuff inside Common Lisp, and maybe doing this once a day or twice a day, since this, we'll just call it start hangings. Start hangings, and it's gonna be like the and key like last time. And I don't need to look up there because there's only two of them. Difficulty, unless I don't know how to spell that. Difficulty hard and cheat mode nil. And this way I can just pass these in. It's just going to call the other one. So we'll just say like play game and prompt player if they want to play again. Prompt player, play again, let's say. And all we're going to do is call hang-perp with difficulty being difficulty. Difficulty, I don't know why I can't spell that word for nothing. And cheat mode being cheat mode from above. And then that'll play the game. And so then now we're going to format T tilde to ampersand for two new lines if they don't exist already. Play again. And then yes, slash slash no, because you need two slashes for that. And we'll leave a space there. And then we'll have to do that finish output. And then we'll say let play again. the read line, whatever the person types in. And we'll say f or string equal play again. It is y. Or for some reason they typed it in all the way. Play again. Yes. And we'll start. Then we'll just call it self. Start hangings. Difficulty. Cheat mode. Else. We're going to return from start hangings. Bye bye. And then now we could say start hangings, let's say. I'll just control L that twice. And start hanging, so it's going to be difficult, not cheat mode. E-A-I-O. I'll just throw a U in there for fun. N-T-S-M. So get internal real time. Play again, yes. Dash E-A-I-O-U-N-T-S. Looks like it could be a float, maybe. F L float. I don't know. Float. Do I have an R yet? Float. Yeah, no idea still. E? Radius? Radii? Oh, just give me a Q. Death to the illiterate. Play again now. So start hangings. Cheat mode. True. And difficulty, because it doesn't matter. Easy, which that doesn't matter either. So E R Z A I T L Lisp. Got the word Lisp. You have been set free. Well, I believe it's called a ribbit.